Question online. My understanding is there is a custom to eat fish at every Shabbat meal. Recently, my wife's grandmother got really upset that we were having sushi at the Shabbos meal. Why would sushi be different than gefilte fish or salmon?
Well, I imagine that the woman was very traditional, and the gefilte fish is a tradition to eat on Shabbos. And sushi, maybe if you come from Japan, so that's traditional to eat fish and sushi. And so Japan, the Chinese, what is it? Chinese or Japanese, what is it? Sushi. Japanese. So maybe the Jews in Japan, a lot of Jews in Japan, by the way, maybe they eat sushi, but Ashkenazi Jews have a minute to gefilte fish. You know why? There's a reason for all this food. Gefilte fish is very reason why we gefilte fish. Gefilte fish means ground fish. It's ground up. You put in white fish or different types of fish, ground up, and you make balls out of it, and whatever, strips out of it. The reason is because one of the 39 activities on Shabbos is called boirer, choosing. You're not supposed, this is one of the hard laws of Shabbos to keep a little bit if you're not used to it, to choose bad from good. You can't, if you have in front of you a mixture of some type of food or whatever, anything, you're not supposed to choose the bad from the good. You have to take the good from the bad. So having bones in fish, you're not allowed to take out the bones from the fish. You have to take the fish from around the bones, but you can't take the bones from the fish. If you have a fly that goes into your cup of soda, you're not allowed to take out the fly. Either you have to take some of the soda with the fly or pour the soda away from the fly. That's what boirer, choosing. So this is a very hard law to keep. If you're eating fish and there's a bone, you might forget yourself. So they make gefilte fish, they ground up the fish, there are all bones, there's no bones anywhere in the fish. So therefore you'll not come to desecrate Shabbos by choosing the bad from the good. And that's why they made this minhag, this custom to make gefilte fish on Shabbos in order for us to make it easier for not to go against the law of boirer on Shabbos. So sushi maybe also doesn't have any bones. I don't know how that works. But it's not traditional. So therefore that's why the person, I know a Sephardic person, they don't have the tradition to eat gefilte fish. So one Sephardic boy told me that his grandfather said, we'll not bring gefilte fish in this house. That's Ashkenazi, and we traitors to Sephardim to eat gefilte fish. So,
why is sushi different than herring?
Herring is also herring is.
They're both raw.
It tastes different. I don't know.
Herring is traditional Jewish food, no?
Yeah, by many people. That's why it's different. It's traditional. It doesn't have the same reason as gefilte fish. There's bones in herring too. So
we have a follow-up question that just came in right now from somebody that must be listening. The one of Cholent has a reason too.
Yeah,
is there a reason that we eat cholent?
Yes. The reason why you eat cholent is definitely the reason. Because the Karoyim, those people who made trouble, Jewish people themselves, who did not believe in the oral law, they were very misled and not believe in the oral law, which is the Gemara, the Talmud. They don't believe in the written law, not the oral law. So it says in the Torah, you should not burn a fire in the day of Shabbos. And they translated, you should not burn the fire, you're not allowed to have a fire burning on Shabbos. You have to put out all fire, all electricity, all fires have to be turned off. You have to sit in the dark and the cold the whole Shabbos. So the true translation of that passage in the Torah means you should not make a fire on Shabbos. You should not keep one burning from Shabbos. You can't make it on Shabbos, but if you make it from before Shabbos, that's okay. You can put on the heat before Shabbos and let it burn. You can put it on the stove, let the fire burn. So that was a problem that they made a whole to-do about it. These few people who didn't believe in the way the rabbis understood the Torah. So they would sit in the dark. So we wanted to show that we don't agree with them, that they're wrong. So we make a special food on the fire which burns the whole Shabbos, and to show that there's nothing wrong with that. We light it from before Shabbos and let it stay overnight, a whole night on the fire, we eat it the next day to show that it's okay to have fire burning on Shabbos. You can't create the fire once Shabbos starts, but if you have burning from before, it's perfectly okay to be able to keep the fire going. So that's why we cholent, because we keep it going a whole night to show that we don't believe in what they're wrong about what the translation of don't burn fire on Shabbos.